Whoa. Whoa. Ayy, 90s baby, can't nothing faze me, don't know about it, come see. Ayy, I'm just tryna play Smash Bros with lil' bad bitch rolling my weed. Hey, why she talking about we? Girl, I ain't talking about we. Playing games with me. Nintendo with that.
So, since the last time we sat down, which was after Local to Global,
Yeah.
you have been to South by Southwest and performed.
Lit, yeah.
You've released your project, Marco Season. You have headlined 2 shows since that day. And you continuously are dropping either a music video, a song, and you just dropped the rap freestyle.
Lit, yeah.
So what I want to know is, how do you keep your momentum going when you're going through all of this? How do you stay on top of your projects? How do you make sure that you're always releasing new content? What's your work ethic?
Work ethic wise, like, I just keep going, man. Like, just keep yourself busy. Like, when it comes to this, like, this music, like, the key word is consistency, because, like, you want to consistently gain fans, consistently talk about stuff, you want to be fresh all the time. So, and I think I could be more consistent. So I'm trying to be more on top of it.
I mean, what would you say your end game in the industry is? What if you could have anything in this industry, what would that be?
Anything?
Like, where do you see the finish line for you?
I see the finish line for me. Well, to be honest, as an artist, like, you don't see a finish line. You just keep going. But to be honest and realistic, a finish line would be like, I am straight, financially good. I am where I want to be at, type deal. Like, just musically, and like levels, I'm where I want to be at, and I'm happy. You feel me? That's kind of the finish line. Either way, like, throughout all this shit, you want to still stay happy with this shit and cool it, and still be able to do stuff that you used to do, type shit.
For those that don't know you, how would you explain Marco Season?
That's a good question, bro. That's a really good question. For those who don't know me, Marco Season would be to them a melodic, like, it's bangers on it, but it would be like throughout the whole album, I like to keep the word growth in mind. You feel me? Like a lot of people, who know me, type shit, they say I grew in this album just with what I'm talking about, with beat production wise, all that shit. So, like, if you haven't heard me, you can just hear it and know it's a professional growth, like a sound, you know what I'm saying, that you get from it. And it's a feeling too. It's really a feeling with this shit.
See, I see growth all around. After watching your performance the other day, I'm sitting there watching you, and I can see when you feel it. I see when you get excited in a moment. I just was able to see so much. I'm able to see ahead to where you're going at this point, because I remember the Local to Global show. That might have been the first time I've ever seen you perform. No, Joey Badass was the first time I seen you perform.
Lit.
But I didn't know who you were just then. I didn't really know who you were until Local to Global, and that's when I was like, this kid is authentic to the Orlando soil.
Hell yeah.
And
definitely.
I think that you bring a heavy piece of that to not only your music, but to your brand and to others. Like, when you leave Orlando, you are sure to still say, I'm from Orlando. Like, you're putting on for the city for real. And you talk about growth in this album. So what setbacks did you have, or what challenges did you face during the production of this album?
The production, so mainly just making the album. Setbacks.
Was it like an effortless creative process?
Shit, nah, it was hella times where I was like, yo, this shit need to be done. But it was like, for real, it was just setbacks, meaning like staying on top of your game, because it's like constantly being in the studio, constantly trying to finish, constantly piecing shit together, constantly like just making an effort to finish. If you want to finish an album, you're gonna finish it.
Like, did you ever come to a point where you were like, I need to scrap this song, or this isn't the track, or did you ever face anything like that when you were putting this together?
Yeah, I had a couple songs that I had, like, because I was bouncing around from studios throughout this whole, like, process. So I had a couple of songs that I just had, but they didn't, and I still haven't dropped to this day, but they didn't go with the whole project. So yeah, I had a couple like, nah, that's not gonna make the album. Nah, that doesn't really fit with the theme. Nah, that doesn't really go with what I'm trying to pursue in this album. So yeah, I had a couple setbacks like that. But I mean, how I got through it, I just kept making it. So I was like, damn, this song, Roses, got like, it's just songs peek out to you. So
now, as we sit here at your grandmother's old house where you grew up, what are some of the feelings that you're having as we sit here and do this interview today, from little Marco, who was running around in the grass here, or playing, or video games, or friends coming over here, or hanging out, to now you are an artist. Several people are singing your lyrics, people are coming to your shows, people are hitting you in your DM, and life is starting to really bloom.
It's doing
what does it feel like now sitting back in front of this door?
It feels lit. I mean, this is where I used to hang. This is where I used to be at. Like, I grew up in this crib, so it's always home when I'm around this. Like, I just have hella memories around this shit. Like, shit, yeah. Fucking bikes, like, all in this grass, football, all types of shit. Like, I grew up in this crib. Like,
tearing stuff up, having some...
West Side. I mean, it's just West Side shit. I grew up. Now I used to play basketball down there, come back home, nigga. Like, that shit was fun, bro. It's just real fun. Like, you never be somewhere, like, it feels home type shit. So,
when you were younger and you were living here, did you ever think that you'd be doing this today?
Hell no. To be honest, hell no.
What did you want to do? Or what did you think? When you were little Marco, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Bruh, like, everybody got their own. I used to try to hoop. Like, I thought I was a hooper, but I ain't that tall type shit. So, those dreams
wasn't that tall.
Hey, those dreams got killed, like, ASAP. I used to hoop and shit. I did a lot of shit, bro. I used to hoop, football, skate, whole bunch of shit, bro. And then music just really stuck out to me. It was always something that I really fucked with. So, I just started digging into it deeper a little more and shit. So
we talked a few weeks ago and you were telling me how your grandmother, you can remember her always gardening.
Yeah, gardens, and yeah.
Do you think that or is that where some of the song titles on your album came from, like some memories of her?
Definitely, hell yeah, definitely. People don't really know that, but yeah, my album was low-key themed around just the growth of like people could say, look at you and say, like, you grew type shit. It really just was around growth, bro, as a whole, like gardens, plants, like a whole bunch of shit that I just grew up around. Like my grandma used to, this was her yard type shit. She had a fat ass garden and shit. I used to be, so it's kind of like themed around what the fuck was going on when I was a kid type shit. So I kind of like just tore at that as a case to like, damn, this was what I was around and I grew up. I had to come back to this shit. So like a lot of theme songs came from this type of vibe right here type shit. So that shit was dope.
I think I'm going to rename spring as Marco season. So when spring comes around next year, I'm gonna be like, oh, it's Marco season. Because as you're talking about it, you're talking about, when I asked you what this album resembled to you, and you say growth. There's a lot of growth, and then you talk about flowers, and it symbolizes once again growth. And
bro.
This being where you started and now to where you're at, growth. It seems like that is a common denominator around all of this, which is springing forward.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
rename that.
Yeah, definitely. That's lit. Actually, if you gonna rename that, that's lit.
I'm gonna rename my spring as Marco season next.
That's fucking
watch.
lit.
I'm gonna hit you up the first day of spring. I'll say it's Marco season.
It's lit.
Drop the album again.
It's lit, man. Lit. But yeah, like growth, man. Like rose, all that is just it's really deeper than what people think it is. Like I got roses tatted on me and shit. Like my great grandma's name, my grandma's mom, her name is Rose and shit. So like her name is Rose. Like she was such a sweet person. You feel me? Like just constantly telling people you're gonna, you feel me? Like you're gonna grow. Like it was just like I miss her so much type shit. But like it's a big part of me, bro. It's a lot of different circumstances that people don't really know about. But like it's home where I'm at type shit. It's always home to me. Like, but yeah, she plays a big part in this. Like my grandma, my great grandma, my mom, everybody got their little like low key like parts into this shit. So I mean, it's like
when I first met you, the rose always was a symbolization to me, to you. Every time I would see a rose, I would always think of you, because when I look at your social media, you'd put it in your timeline, your thread. The hat that we wore in the last interview had a rose. And then in the song Roses, you say something like trying to make plays with the rose in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Okay, that's more art. So that's more necessarily like that song per se. You feel me? It's all about when I was writing that song, like it was in a mindset of like glowing up on somebody. So it could be like a girl. In anybody's instance, to me, it was probably like it was more like shit popping now. Now a girl has recently tried to contact me or whatever the case may be, but like. Basically, like a rose in your hand. You fuck with a girl, you approach her with a rose in your hand. You trying to make plays.
Gentlemen. But you know how I interpret it?
Yo,
I
guess.
interpret it like
I
was
guess.
just smooth to all your plays, whether it was music, business, whatever. Like I'ma always approach everything with a rose in the hand. That's how I interpret it. So now when I be talking to people and I'm about to like run it, like I'm about to run a play, I always be like I make plays with the rose.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing to that too, bro. Like if you really think about it, like cause like basing the album off growth, like I said, type shit. You back then and you now it's growth type shit. Trying to make plays with the rose in my hand. You were still trying to make plays at the end of the day, you feel me? But it's like
different
growth.
plays.
Yeah, growth separates that shit. That's all I was kind of getting with that song. And yeah, bro, just having a good time type shit.
Like I'm not from Orlando, but I rep for Orlando hard because Orlando is the only place that's ever really felt like home to me. Out of every place I've lived. So when I see you walk out on that stage to a dark room with still lights, those lights are still, but they're all in your direction, and they know your lyrics. It just blows my mind, and I want to know what that feels like for you.
Shit, it feels like home, real shit. Just like it's kind of like different. Like once you start seeing people actually out here fucking with you, singing your lyrics, appreciating you type shit, it's lit. Like it's lit as fuck, but it just feels like on some family shit. Like we all here for a reason, so let's have a good time type shit. So but it's definitely different. Like coming out to lights and shit, like it's like damn, these people actually fuck with me, so let me do my thing type shit. So it's more like that, bro. It's really more like that. Like it's a great feeling because it's like hard work is paying off, where it's like this is really what I'm trying to do type shit. And this is just the beginning, bro. Like we have a bright future ahead of me, so this is just the beginning of what's happening type shit. So it may turn into something greater, but it's a great feeling right now, bro. To be honest, it's a great feeling. It's a really good feeling.
What's your favorite song off of the album? If you go pick one. You asked me this question, and I
asked everybody that question.
But when you asked me, I'm gonna stick to what I said. To me, it's a cover to cover because you set the tone, you set the mood for each song. If I had to single out one song that I love the most, it would be Nintendo. That's fucking lit. I ain't know that. I say Nintendo is because I'm not a 90s baby, I'm an 80s baby, but I grew up in the 90s era.
Yeah.
So I was able to really relate to some of the things that you were talking about in that song. And it just goes hard for me. Like I be vibing in the car. And I like how you referenced being young and referencing it back to Trayvon Martin. And giving that taste of things as a young.
It's like having a good time, but
right,
saying shit.
But you saying shit, right? So if you had one song, what would it be?
That's lit. When I ask people this, like what's your favorite song off of the project or whatever, it's a lot of different ass answers, and everybody says like that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So like when a person can say Can't Lie, a person could say Gardens, a person could say Emotions, somebody could say Drunk Flow. Like that's kind of good because it's like as a whole they appreciate it. You feel me? And it's not just tearing to one song. Like, and
you're catering to several different personalities, people, types of people, different classes of people. Like that means you're relatable across the board.
Hell yeah. To me, if I had to go like what song I fuck with the most and I just like appreciate it, I would probably go, cause it switches like I have a favorite song every other week type shit.
Per the mood.
Yeah, per the mood, bro. Cause also I feel just like my people, you know what I'm saying? That's telling me this and that. So like one day it could be Emotions, next day it could be Roses. One day it could be Gardens, next day it could be Drunk Flows. Like it really goes from different ones, but to stand out one, it'll probably be Roses for sure. It'll probably be Roses, just cause it's
It
like,
all leads back to the road.
yeah,
I like that.
yeah, it'll probably be Roses. It's just one of my like, yeah, it's just one of like a good song to make. You get what I'm saying? Like, people have songs that they make that's just like, it takes them back to a feeling that they was in type shit. So I just think that's really one statement song that I fucks with. Heavy.
Do you feel like Flow Cane takes you back to a moment the
Hell
same
yeah.
way Roses does?
Hell yeah.
I think it does as well. After watching you perform it the other night, I was like, he in it. He in it right now.
Bruh.
And I was so appreciative of you giving that to the people that day.
Bruh, Flow Cane.
I was like, we need that. We needed that.
Cause like on some real shit, you got people that like, I've been making music for a little minute. Not a long time, but like long enough to where it's different ways of people that joined in at certain times. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, you could tell this wave of people came in at Flow Cane, this wave of people came in at Money Man. So, like, when it comes to that type shit, it's just like, damn, I really want to see who fucking with what. So when I ask questions like, oh, what y'all want to hear type shit, and hearing 80 different fucking songs is funny as hell, it's like, damn, y'all really fucking with me, huh? Like, that shit's weird. Like, seeing people, niggas say old ass songs, and I'm like, damn, how did you know about that?
But now you can understand when I say for me it's a cover to cover. It's because, like you said, there's different moods, different times, and I really feel like you really set the tone for each song as it flew. And that's why I appreciate this piece of work from you.
Thank you.
I appreciate do. I was able to see the growth in it, and I wasn't even there during a lot of the recording process, or I would see you come and go between different events and things like that. But after like being able to listen to it and really let it feed me, I was able to really understand it. And
because at the end of the day, we all a family. For me, like, if y'all fucks with my music like y'all say y'all do, like, we are family at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're together with the shit. You help me, I help you. So, yeah, I always try to keep my people. I sell tickets to my fans, pull up on them, have a conversation, talk about shit. You good? Slide, like, just keep it cool with people. People fuck with genuine shit, like, just chill.
Money calling, I just checked the voicemail. Hey, couple groupie bitches at the hotel. It's the season, better act like you know well. Hey, yeah, my niggas seen it, but we won't tell. Hey, run that check up like you same boat. And all you niggas hating in the same boat. Hey, shawty switching sides.